Hi, my name is Melinda, and this is part one in Fun with Words and Digital Scrapbook Artist. I'm going to create a series of Fun with Word videos because there are just so many different ways of playing with text. Now in this video, I'll just quickly run through the basics. If you want to type out something on your blank page, you can go to Text, and you can click on that once and then click once on your blank page. Now because I'm making a video, I kind of want this to be a little bit larger, so I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to increase the size. And then all I need to do is type out my word, and then once I've typed it out I can click on select, and I can now move this around. Now you do want to click on select because when you do that you're actually turning off the text feature. If you do not click on select, then when you try to put your mouse down on anywhere on your blank page, the text will still be activated. So by clicking on select, you turn that off. Now, one thing that you'll notice is that this word is selected. This way, if I wanted to, I could go over here and it tells me the name of the font that I'm using. I can click on the pull down tab and I can start moving down the list. And you'll notice as I move down the list, over here I also get a preview of what my font might look like. So I'm just going to pick a font, and then once it's selected, I'm going to hold down the Control key on my keyboard, and just holding down my left mouse button, I'm going to make a copy of it. On the first text that I had here, I'm actually going to apply an effect to it. So to do that, I'm just going to go over to Effects, and I'm just going to find Animals, and then I'll go down the list, and I think what I'd like to pick is Cheetah. So that's a nice effect. Now what I want to do is I want to create a mat for this word. To do that, I'm going to click on my second word, and this time I'm going to apply a different effect. I think I'd like organic, and I'd also like to try tree bark. Now that tree bark is selected, I want to thicken this. To do that, I go to line, and then I just increase the size by the slider. You can do that just a little bit thicker so it's nice and thick. And then when you're happy with that, you can take your first word and you can apply it on top of your newly created mat. When you let go, you might notice that it looks like the word disappears, but it's actually just behind this. So to bring it to the front, just make sure it's selected and then click on this button right here, which is the Bring to Front button. Now you've got this really cool word with the mat, and if you wanted to, you could also click on the inside of this. Let's just click once more and try a different effect. So I'm going to go back to my effects over here, and this time I'm going to try plastic, and I'll try plastic 1. Now do you see how this is black? In order to change that, I just go up to color while it's still selected, and I just apply the color of my choice. Now I actually think this looks nice, so I'm just going to move this into place. Now let's just say I decided that I wanted to have the inside of the Q filled, and I also want the insides of the letter R's filled. Well, to do that, it's very simple. All you do is you click on your font, you make sure you're clicking on your inside font, and then you go down over here, and this button is called Convert to Curves. Click on that once. You're going to notice that it sort of hugs this image. Now what you do is leave it selected, and you go to this button right here, which is called Combine. Click on it once and click on it again, and now the insides of those letters pop out. So you can get a completely different effect. If you wanted to, you could click on this and you could color fill it a different color. Then you could click on this and then on this. Or a much faster way, if you want to do them all at once, click on the first one that you want to select, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard, and then click on the next one. Keeping your Shift key down, click on the next one. Now that they're all selected, you can easily color fill them all with one color, and if you wanted to, you could try applying a completely different effect again, and there you go. So here we have created one word. From that one word, we also created a mat, and we filled in the letters. If at any time while these letters are filled you do not like them, you can just go back over here, click on your word. Let's just highlight this, select it, and then while that is selected, you go back over here to Combine, and it completely disappears. You can see that the circles are completely visible again. If for whatever reason you thought to yourself, I don't like it this way, I liked it better the other way, just go to the top of the screen and click on undo, and it'll be back the way that you like it. If you wanted to use this in a layout, you could just select it and then group it so that when you move it around, it does not fall apart. I'm going to now make the second video on fun with words. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email address is lovemyzombie@yahoo.ca.